Hey guys, what's going on? This is the Halloween special that I hinted at last episode. So today we are going to be making a spiderweb layered dip for Halloween. It's Mexican food. I really love it. We've got some tortilla chips here and some homemade taco seasoning. You can totally just use the store-bought stuff, but I had to make it homemade since we didn't have any. So we're going to start off by making some refried beans, which we will be doing over the stove. You'll definitely need the tortilla chips. So let's go over to the stove. And so you want to just warm up your refried beans. You don't need to completely cook them, but because they're pre-cooked, you just want them to be kind of a bit more liquid. You just cook them over a flame. Add in enough taco seasoning that is slightly over-seasoned, because pretty much every layer except the guacamole and refried beans aren't seasoned at all. Taste it. It should be a bit over-seasoned. And next layer. Next, we need to do some tomatoes. These will be for a layer, and we'll also sprinkle them on top, on the side. And so we are just gonna dice these into small pieces. These will really add some nice flavor and juiciness to our dip. So you just want to kind of dice it, not way too much, but finely. So just kind of chop them up real quick. And yeah, so next layer will be guacamole, which will be by far our hardest thing to do. But yeah, so next is guacamole. So just kind of scrape that off to the side. You can just leave it there. You don't need another cutting board yet. Next thing we're doing is the guacamole. Cut up two large avocados. Mine were a bit overripe, so I had to scoop out pretty decent part of it. So you're probably going to have way more guacamole than I had. So just kind of chop it up, core it, and then score it. Oh, that rhymed. And then scoop it out onto a bowl. And then you also want to chop up a bit of onion. Because it really adds some nice flavor. So just take a tiny bit of onion. You really don't need much. So just kind of take that and then just kind of mince it up pretty nicely. You want it to be as small as possible. I just went like that, small. And then I just put it in the bowl. And you can see now that it's already starting to look pretty good. So now you want to season it. So we're basically going to add in a ton of lime and a ton of salt and a ton of pepper. You want this to be over seasoned, like I said. The same with the beans. Most parts of the dish are not seasoned, so you've got to compensate. That's still way too much salt, so I'm just scooping it out a bit. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now just kind of mash it up a bit. Add in some pepper too, black pepper. It really makes it taste better. And then yeah, just kind of mash it up really well. I left mine a bit chunky because that's how I like it, but it probably makes it look better if you mash it up smoothly. So if you care more about looks, you should probably do that. And then yeah, that's your guacamole. Alright, so now we are going to start assembling our layered dip. So first layer is going to be beans. Just put on the pretty much all you can on there. Oh, and we forgot lettuce. We are going to sprinkle that on the very sides. It adds some nice. It makes it a bit lighter. So we're just gonna chop it up. Put it on the side for now. We'll need it later. So we're just going to put on the rest of our refried beans now. So just kind of spread them on there. The refried beans should be on the bottom because, well, you want the least of them. And also they kind of stop the moisture from all getting to the bottom. So just kind of smear it on. Next layer you want to sprinkle on a good bit of tomatoes that we chopped earlier. Just kind of spread them out so they're nice and even. And then some sour cream. Put on a really good amount of this because it really makes the dish taste nice and good. And then just spread it out pretty even. I'm adding in another bit of tomatoes here because I really like them. And then the best part of the dish, the guacamole. We're going to smear this on top. I didn't make enough, but that's probably just because of, well, the way I made it. So basically I had to scoop out like, I'm pretty sure a quarter of it because it was overripe. But we're just going to kind of spread it out. It's going to be a bit thin, but trust me, it'll look better if you have enough guacamole. So just do that, and then we're done. Now we're going to do the spiderweb part. This is by far the hardest part, and it won't look good at first, but once you finish it up, it should look good. Now to make the spiderweb, you pretty much make a spiral of sour cream like this. I had help from my parents with this. I kind of messed it up at the very end, but it's fine. I can fix that later. So I just kind of make that spiral, and then I just kind of fix it up using a butter knife. I didn't do it like closest to the middle enough, and now you just kind of use the back of a knife to kind of score it, like to kind of smear the sour cream into a spiderweb shape. And it might not look good at first, but once you actually do everything, it'll actually look pretty great. And see, it actually looks like a spiderweb now. So next thing we do is we just kind of decorate it. So I'm putting some lettuce around the edges, and then I'm also sprinkling some tomatoes and cheese on it. I also opted to put some plastic spiders on it to make it look even more like a spider. You should probably remove these before eating. And then, yep, just do that. And yeah, it's a pretty good looking lunch if you ask me. So I'm gonna go eat this now. This is going to be a perfect lunch for today. This is absolutely delicious. I totally recommend you make this yourself, maybe for today's dinner or just whenever you want, and just don't bother with the annoying to make spider web. It's actually absolutely delicious. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I actually recorded this and edited this in an entire day. It's my first time doing this. It's pretty stressful. I don't want to do it again. But hey, I might do it if I'm in a pinch again. So hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good Halloween. And yeah, see you guys all, I guess. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed.